All right, the Ronin winning with a Galente setup. We've been talking about lack of Galente ships, and suddenly Proteus is all over the place.
Yeah, funny.
Yeah, I think it was a very strong setup against the ECM teams. Ronin is one of the teams that has shown that they actually know how to face ECM and did a really good job of it. Only 2 races, mostly 1 race. Large team, the ability to do DPS with drones.
Both races the least popular.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, solid.
Is that like, does someone sit down and say, oh, everyone's playing Caldari, maybe we should do Galente?
Maybe. Or maybe, I don't know. You're the setup guy, but I think maybe you say, we want to do this. Is there a way we can do it with something that isn't coming up as often so that we give ourselves an advantage?
Yep, there are definitely benefits to fielding the less used races. People just don't see it coming.
I think there's a huge danger, I mean, in going, nobody's using Galent, we should do that, and then using that as a starting point. I think it's more of something
you can't say nobody's using Galent, therefore we should use a whole bunch of Hyperions.
Yeah, no. Especially that.
Fair enough. So no one's going to go, no one's using golems. Let's just get some golems.
Actually, that when you were talking about missing Goonswarm in the tournament, I always remember they brought golems. They like won a match with golems, which makes them kind of special to me forever. It was two micro warp golems and 2 micro warp nightmares, and they owned. It was sweet. And then they lost the rest of the tournament immediately.
Which, you know, how it is.
Yeah.
Did you ever participate in the Alliance tournament as a player?
No, God no. No, I was a complete noob. I've done about 20 PvP engagements in my time and lost terribly every time.
Everyone. But you weren't 0.0 or?
Yeah, but I was a complete Care Bear. I was in Smash Kill as part of Smash, and
well, everyone in those alliances were Care Bears.
Completely. the Roadkill guys thought they were PvPers, I think, but no, we were the kind of the poor retard cousin who they kept in the corner.
All right. But good fun. I mean, obviously, we can't tell who we play for today, but yeah.
Oh, that was long in the past.
Yeah. All right. The forums is, of course, we kind of got cut off on the favorite solo PvP ship.
Sure.
Do you want to just finish that one off? You had the Geddon.
Yeah, I had the Geddon, and then I wanted to add the Cyclone and the Ferox.
All right.
I think something that people kind of miss, I don't know what the right word is, but I think for me a big strength in a PvP ship is how engageable it is. And so flying something that people think is garbage is bad if it really is garbage, but if it's going to earn you a lot more fights, it's totally worth it to me. And I think all 3 of the ships I named falls into that category, and especially the 2 battlecruisers, because nobody expects anything out of a Ferox, but you can do a lot with it. And so it's really fun to fly because you actually get fights, which is one of the hardest things about solo PvP. Is
there was this narrow window between when the Drake was released and everyone started using it right away as a PvE ship, and when everyone realized how good a Ham Drake was. When you could go out in a Ham Drake and everyone would think you're ratting.
Yeah.
And you just wreck everything. Yeah. It was great.
Or everyone would at least think your DPS will be garbage and you won't have a point.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
All right. We have another question from your alliance. It's from Mintchip.
Oh, okay.
She asks, what's the most effective ship in the tournament?
Well, until we were actually talking about curses and how we both had sort of thought that the win percentage on curses was like 100%. It seemed like none had lost, but then we actually went and looked and it's not that great. It's like...
It's still good.
It's good.
It's spectacular,
yeah. But I would that's something that would be at the top of my list.
Curses are up there. Sleipnir's my favorite. They just do everything right. It has... For only 16 points, you get the gang link, you get all the DPS, you get the speed, you get a lot of hit points. It's good.
I think if I had to pick right now, I would actually say the Saber. Which sort of is a lot like Sleipnir in a way, but...
Yeah. I'm just looking at the survival rate right now. It doesn't really have the win...
Like matches won.
It doesn't actually tell you how much...
Those IST guys that don't do anything. We just want one stat, guys.
There's quite a few ships that have survived, but none of them have been fielded more than twice. Let's just see some of the... Oh, hold on. Megathron, 100% survival rate. Dominix, Rattlesnake, Vulture, Paladin, Legion. These are all ships that we don't really call out.
That sounds like an A-list for the tournament.
Yeah, pretty much. But otherwise, any heavily used ships that have relatively good... Actually, when we're getting to the 60% mark, it kind of drops off from 100 to the 100% ships are ships we see 1 to 3 times.
Right.
Yeah.
What's the first one that's been fielded a lot and has a high win rate or a high survival rate?
That is the Loki. The Loki is the third highest, if we take away the 100% ones.
Yeah.
The Loki is the third highest. 17 of them have been fielded, and 64% of them survive. The Curse is at 59. It is the fifth highest survival rate. Fifth highest survival rate, and 22 of them have been fielded.
Yeah, I think that's a pretty solid indication right there.
And looking at the other ones, it's like 3 Vargurs, 5 Thoraxes. The Loki and the Curse are basically the standouts on this list, and they're just really, really good ships.
Yeah, of course.
And we have 16 Proteuses.
16?
16. I guess this counts the pre-qualifiers.
Yeah,
as
was
well.
there some of them in pre-quals?
I didn't seem to think there was a ton of them.
Well, I
but,
mean, there were 16.
Yeah.
Oh, there was?
Yeah.
Oh, because those don't include the
Yeah.
ones from today.
It probably isn't updated to.
So it'll be even
just
higher now
this.
then,
Yeah.
Oh, that's pretty good.
All right. No, I do really like the Curse.
Yeah, I think it's really strong.
It is just like such a good ship. You should just have one. Possibly
Or two.
Or two in every setup. No, they're really, really good. Some of the ships that are doing magnificently poorly. So there's some of them that we have 1 to 5 of. But of the absolutely lowest, the Cormorant, 24 have been fielded. They have a 12% survival rate. Daredevils, 15 have been fielded, 13% survival rate.
Daredevils are bad.
See,
right?
the thing with this, though, these are ships that are going to get shot first.
Yeah.
They're not necessarily ships
Yeah.
that aren't doing their job before they
No,
get
fair
shot.
enough.
And they may swing the match still in that time
Yeah.
that they're alive. You got a damp Cormorant or a Track Disruptor Cormorant, it can do a lot.
Fair enough.
But it is going to be the first target because it's always a new warship.
The lowest, bigger ship that's been utilized a lot is a ship I hate. Guess what it is?
The Drake.
It's the Drake. The Drake has a 20% survival rate. 24 of them have been fielded.
That's bad.
That is bad.
That's really bad. I'm actually surprised that's that low.
I'm really happy it's that low. Anywho, Black Legion versus Noli Secunda.
I'm with Black Legion, quite
Yeah,
easily.
this is one of the easier ones from today.
Black Legion.
Black Legion.